Of course, he's on siege. Good point. Okay, let's see if I get a different ending this time. Once you start over, any previous progress will be erased. Are you sure you want to start from the beginning? Yes. Because I beat it. Your game will be saved automatically. Okay. All I remember was finding alone. Head was hurting. And I found a flashlight. Yeah, it's actually, no, it's pretty good. Yeah, it is. Wait, who killed the Sioux worker, too? That was another thing. Yeah. Oh, let's see if I could, figure it all out this time. Okay, let's free the mouse again. Oh my god. Yeah, but it said, he said people. Okay, so I'm gonna take the gun again just to put it back on Norman's shelf and see if that does anything. Right? Right? Let's see if it works. Maybe the old man was going through there because he had a lot of bottles everywhere. Maybe. Slip the photo in my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Okay, so I took the photo of the old couple. I think left was out. Oh wait, no. Right was out. We're gonna leave the box alone. Okay, treetops. Now we can leave. Wait, there was something in the kitchen I needed. Why is that not down now? There it goes. Oh wait, key card, locker, one last time I promise. Okay, so the old guy was going to the factory. Because on the one note, what you could make out was key card, the last part of locker, one last time I promise. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. Wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Okay, now that I know I get locked in that room when there's really nothing there, I'm not gonna mess with that till, unless I absolutely have to. Whoa. Okay, so I looked back at the bones and it says they looked like the clothes that that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was that the man? Okay, so it was the man's wife. The man went down to the sewers and murdered his wife. Right.
Well, this week I'll be sleeping upstairs. I already sleep on the couch.
I sleep on the couch.
I had to save up so much money to move upstairs. There's how to get up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to us, I would take the risk of driving, but I'd rather fly.
Honestly, it'll probably be easier flying, driving than flying.
Yeah. Great, yeah, teammate. Let's help reinforce our last wall.
Hey, Wolfie. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Mm-mm. Oh, wait. Oh. Let's go up the ladder because there's just that one tape. Yes, yes, he is.
That's bullshit.
Well, he said, quit your bitching.
Stefan, I'll stay with that for 15. I'm surprised Vigil didn't steal on the other side and get things done. It's on that side. If he stood over there, Legion would have died from my Legion traps because he's beating Legion to death.
Did you just say Vigil? Vigil's the defender, not attacker.
I said Monty.
Oh.
I said, yeah, because I was Legion and Stetson.
Oh,
Traps
okay.
almost dead. But, you know, Monty should have took over. I hate playing so much.
That's pretty much everyone.
Like I told myself, I would love to fly, but ever since I heard about how cool the weather is on the planes and all that other jack shit, I'm like, there's no way.
Right.
Another step, to pay the cost.
No, it's because of his speed. No, because my dad has like an issue. He sits too long in a car because of his knees. Yeah.
Real.
Very fair. Nice, good shot. That's how high.
Okay, so I took the receipt.
He's just coming off the slope. Yeah.
Went in that door.
Something above.
Would I need that gun or the knife before the end? Both weighed me down as I aggravated my leg as I climbed that ladder. The videotape still gave me chills. Was the same person. Hid all those clippings away in that locked room. Suddenly the office smell gave way to a pine-scented blast of fresh air.
We're all in the corner of the room, right there. See, so you're gonna throw all of your fucking remains at me. You didn't even do any damage on it. That's stupid.
All ticket booth that looked fairly ruined. Inside the ticket window was sheets of paper. Wait, what were those? What were these? Train receipts? I thought the receipt I had picked up might match these, but of course not. The station had been closed for years. Ticket must have been for the nearest station that opened up on the other side of town after this one was abandoned. However, I noticed a series of fresher looking papers, scribbles, and diagrams. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What the fuck was that stream? Jeez, you're such a pussy. Dirty old picnic table set, lonely amongst its rings. Carvings and marks from years of previous campers. As I try to read some of the names and the marks, I utterly thumped the knife I'd found. If I wanted to, I could have carved something on that table. Yeah? Felt like a teenager defacing the table. Wasn't sure if it was safe. Yeah, let's cross. Two bodies, two young women, were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. No idea who those girls were. I didn't touch the grave site, did I? Fuck it. Tried to arrange the bodies so their clothes covered them better. I closed the young one's eyes, shivering at the sight. A few nearby sticks, I created a head marker so the police could find them later. Poor purchase here. In the forest. I found out who was in whose campsite that was. It was two young girls. I found them buried. Yeah. They were dead. Yeah, they were dead and buried. Also found an old picnic table.
Stockpile all the legions in one spot.
Oh, you know he is.
I'll put 3 items in one spot, 3 in the other, and 3 behind one more.
You had somebody go and take every single legion they could possibly have and throw them all in one spot.
So I found out what the plank was for. The plank of wood was so you could cross a river without walking into it.
Oh, GTA.
Same place.
And since I already went through the water, I'm not gonna grab it. I don't need to go back over there.
GTA. I remember playing House, made the whole road Legion traps everywhere he stepped in it. Yeah.
But yeah, I heard you knocked my drone bitch. You still lit.
Okay, here we go. This is a new line. I almost clawed my way through that gate to be out of that hateful forest. The image of that shallow grave was still fresh in my mind. Those two women had obviously been camping in there, before they'd been killed, but I hadn't found any clues as to who had done it or why. Shrugged off the thought, I still had so far to go, and I was getting cold and tired out there. You know what? Shut up, Wolfie. Up there, gate suddenly recognized auto parts factory.
So they do got a lot more shit in that game.
No, they do. I just didn't pick up most. You know what? What's out here? Because I didn't check what was out here. Hey, not another victim. I found another dead guy. Dead guy. Not another victim. I took it. Fuck off. I took it. I took it from it. I took it from his uniform that he was security guard here. He was a security guard here, just doing his job. His head had been severely beaten, and his face was covered with blood.
Think we should go this way or go up there in the caves?
I'm going up there.
Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. It was mine. I bought it on a trip out west with Rachel. I barely went a day without wearing it. It didn't look like it worked anymore, and it was heavy. Yeah. Even though it no longer ran, I collapsed the watch around my wrist. Okay, so apparently I killed everyone in this game.
I've been spotted. Dude, that's not one of our drones. Kill it.
What's up, you spot? Someone's coming.
I know, right? Because I was the only one capturing that pig.
Luckily you did. Lucky you
You know, you only killed me though because I almost had it captured.
would have gotten killed for it too.
The fuck, GTM. Mm.
Really?
Almost done.
I'm not.
Why? What did you do? What did you do wrong? Where was around me?
Door open now, the power's back on. Let's go this way first. Another smelter similar to the one I found in the sewers was on the floor. Large pile of building materials and debris blocked the way. Rusted old regulator of some kind sat dusty and unused against the wall. Planks, tools, and broken up block parts blocked any further access. Push the handle and step through the door. Rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. The stable scent of the old factory gave way to the brisk outdoors of pine trees and dirt. I was back outside, though I wasn't sure if that was better or worse. The path beyond was dark, and my flashlight barely illuminated anything. I wonder if I had really been taken from the factory. If so, how did I get it? That poor guard. He was probably just doing his job. Maybe he knew what was going on in that boarded up room. If he did, he wouldn't be telling that tale to anybody. I hope the path led back to town. I needed to find some help.
How would you get me killed?
Pickup had smashed into the guardrail and stood silent. Was this the truck that those newspaper clippings mentioned? Was there really a body found here too? I looked closer at the tailgate and could see a series of dried streaks down its back. Inside the truck was dried blood and broken glass. Surprised this hadn't been towed away yet.
I think we gotta chill down, watch it.
Sounded like it was going to start raining
Front door.
soon. Okay, oh, I'm at Norman's place now.
That was just action.
You hear me, JTM? I'm at Norman's place now.
She's the one out bad lips.
Maxwell, to your left. Stop, man. It's to your left.
Okay, so I put the gun back. I carefully pushed the piece back in place and felt a great burden lifted. Oh, okay. Really? That's all that happens if I put the gun back?
How the fuck did you die?
So Ash peeked and I don't give her a head, so she didn't jump. She killed me.
Right down there.
So here's something that wasn't said before. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? That wasn't said the last time. Okay, got the hairpin. I kind of wish you had an inventory so you knew what you still had. Ooh. What's this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered where it led. Did I pull the chain? I gave the chain a tug, and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. Now, see, I didn't go up to Norman's ladder last time. Let's see what's in Norman's attic. I didn't go up there last time. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Open it. I opened up the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes, photos, shoes, and even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? Okay, so that in Norman's attic, there's more of Rachel's clothing. General store was small, but it was clean. It had useful things, postcards, and I wonder if someone had robbed the place before killing Norman.
They're in laundry.
One of them shot out their own damn camera.
Hey, now that's messed up. This game is constantly mentioning the water tower, but you don't get to go there. That's messed up. It'd been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him, slumped against a chair, only cemented my research in getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken that piece from his store, but why was it in those tunnels? Dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. Felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. I think that's the right one. Let's see what's down this way more. Oh, nothing. Okay.
Damn near.
Okay, let's see what's in the letter. The envelope. Okay, so that letter. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him. Norman, so don't you think you can hold that against me? Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. Your wife was sending a letter to Norman saying what they did was wrong, and she's... Damn it. Can I go back? I never did fix this gate. It was stuck. Damn it, there might have been something else over there. The letter was talking about how she cheated on Norman with me. Yeah. And that she was going away to figure out, she's going away to figure things out. Yeah, pretty much. The fuck?
Mr. Therapy, Hammer King, Mr. Reckless, Umbrella
Wow, Wolfie. Fuck you.
What is it?
Wolfie was like, wow, you cheating. ROFAL. Fuck you, Wolfie.
What do you think?
So, he said, you cheating, which...
We need more reinforcements anyway. Valorize this thing.
I love you too, Wolfie.
Just testing it.
Oh, here we go. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. The date and time matched the receipt I had found. Okay, so the ticket and my wife's luggage was the receipt I found.
Right here.
How the fuck did... How the fuck did, Jack shoot the other one?
Because Jack was an idiot.
Yeah, Jack shot Valkyrie.
I still want to know why the water tower keeps getting mentioned.
Dude, I think everybody... Yeah, paid out.
I know where he is.
Wait, but didn't he say the ticket was for two, or the receipt was for 2 tickets?
Yeah, because Mitchell fucking blew it open with his hand grenade when he tried to kill you.
I can't kill the team because he was not here. He was here for the fucking game.
Right?
Oh, crowbar.
Yeah, the one that hit you was bugged, right? I don't know if he's planning on killing you or not, but I was about to think it is. Oh, no, fuck yeah.
Yes, he did.
All I know is he downed you with a grenade and I shot him as soon as he hit me.
This footage. 19 go teammate because he wasn't here.
Right, and he was blocking that damn wall.
I knew somebody was coming at me too because someone started finding up the drone.
Wait, this is new. Okay, so I just found Rachel, and it says her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even through all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I had carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened to Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen and wonder if any of this could help me figure out who had done this. When I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped... Okay, so in this version, she was stabbed to death. In the first one, she was shot.
Huh. So it does change the story.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if it's because I picked up the knife. This was a photo of the other man and his wife, I assumed. Found it in that house. I recalled those faded remains I had found deep underneath this house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess? Maybe. Definitely those tunnels, odd tools in that house, and the remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for
He just
sure.
took a look at it right after it got shot. And the other one.
Right? It looked that way, didn't it? That locker room, I had given up drinking, but...
There's a C4 gun if you want to get it. It's behind a bus.
The letter I had taken from the post box. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In this letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried what Norman might do. Did he?
Clash has gotta be pissed.
Maybe. Sure, Vish. She wanted to end the affair. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is this why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What had happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? Safes on the floor. I used to keep tax records. The code was maybe left somewhere.
I almost had them motherfucker.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, let's see what happens if I leave this time. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. Kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. The MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I've been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. After making it out of those tunnels, thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. Security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like two people, but who was it that was attacked? The nearby forest especially brought back the terrible sensation of finding those half-dug bodies across the river. I would rest easier if I'd never entered another wood again. It was clear, at least, that I had been the one going back to the factory. I must have been sleepwalking or something, but what the hell was I doing there? I had given up drinking, hadn't I? So what was going on in that boarded up room? Suddenly my stomach started to turn. Was I responsible for that dead guard? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store. But all I had found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you were dead, and it was damn hard to feel bad about that. It was clear you and Rachel were more than just friends, but obviously whatever had been going on had gone badly. So why did you kill her? Did she want out of whatever you two were getting into? Were you responsible for the other murders and of other horrible things that had gone in that town. I would find no peace, that much was certain. This way, I didn't have to look you in the eye or sit through some kind of trial, wondering what was going through your head. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way, it did, but how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as distorted as when I slept walk. To think of it now, coming through the back door and into the kitchen should have tipped me off that something was horribly wrong. There was no sound of television, radio, or even the air. Even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. The other man I had found was involved in all this somehow. I knew it. But it was Norman, that traitorous son of a bitch, who had done the deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one who took Rachel away from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express, but that offered no strength, no solace. Rachel was gone now, and I was too, forever. As I swung open the door and stepped into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved. Before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Okay, so in this ending, apparently Norman killed Rachel because she wanted to break it off. But she was cheating. Oh, jeez. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna see how many trophies, or what trophies there are for this game. Let's see. What? So one's for recovering the pieces of your wallet. Here we go. Be kind and see the results. Investigate potential travel plans. Piece together what happened in the woods. So you can actually piece together what happened in the woods. Opening the safe is one. Discard a deadly item. Maybe this wasn't what you thought at all. Realize your worst fears. End your story in the kitchen. Wow, here we go. End your story in the kitchen. That's one. End your story in the bathroom. End your story by leaving and then pick up nothing along the way. So if I end my story in the kitchen and the bathroom, that's another ending. Wow. Alright then. I will come back to this later.